Hey guys, Mr. Rigger again. This is Calculus lesson 1-2, the end. We didn't get to finish this in class. So this is what we did do. We talked about this graph. If you notice absolute value of x over x, the absolute value of x and the value of x are going to have the same value. The only difference is going to be when x is in 0, this is going to become positive and this is going to stay negative. So we're going to be at -1. When we get to 0, we have an undefined. We can't divide by 0. And when we are having a positive, the absolute value is positive, and so is x, so we get a +1. We get this discontinuity here at x is 0. When we look at this minus, the limit as x approaches 0 minus, that means from the left. So we're going to be coming in this way from the left side of 0, and we're going to see that it looks like the y value is 1. This plus means we're going to be coming in from the right hand side, so that's going to be this over here. And again, if we cover this up, we're going to guess that y is going to go to 1. But -1 doesn't equal 1, so which one does it head to? -1 or 1? It's confusing, which means the limit can exist because there isn't one place it looks like the value is going when we look at it from both sides. So we're going to say this is undefined or does not exist. DNE, does not exist. So another time that we might have a limit that doesn't exist is when we're unbounded. We head to infinity. So if we look at 1 over x squared, there's an asymptote here, heads out to 0. And then when I get to x is 0, this is going to pop all the way up to infinity. It's going to take a break at 0. There's no way to make 0 happen because 1 over x squared, we're going to be dividing by 0 if we put a 0 in for x. So we have this vertical asymptote, and then we come down from positive infinity over. So as I look at 0 from the left, I'm headed up, 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 up to infinity. But infinity is not a value, so technically this does not exist, although sometimes we'll say that the limit goes to infinity because it does head to a certain thing, just not a certain value. So infinity is this idea or concept it's headed to. Same thing from the right. I come this way, it pops up, 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 infinity. Again, infinity is not a number, so technically this does not exist. Now if we're headed to infinity on both sides, we could say that this heads to positive infinity, or again we can say this does not exist. So I'm going to skip this. I'll let you do this with your calculator. We talked about how to do this in class. But this is what this graph looks like. We do this, make sure you're in radian mode, and you're going to have this asymptote on the end where y is 0. And then you're going to head toward this, you're going to pop down, and then all of a sudden you're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we might say, what's going on? Let's zoom in. We zoom in, and it's just more up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's zoom in more. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And no matter how much you zoom in, it doesn't change the situation. So what's happening here? Well, this is called oscillating behavior. This thing is popping up and down so much it's unpredictable. So even though we can find a value at every x value, we don't know where it's headed when it gets to 0 because it keeps popping up and down. So we have a question mark from the left, a question mark from the right, and a question mark here, which means, again, that this does not exist, does not exist, and does not exist. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys as you work on your assignment.